Today's seed has so many awesome things that it just has to be on its own video. The name's Masbro, and without further ado, let's dive right in. This is the seed number right here on your screen, and be sure to copy paste it on the video description and the pinned comments section as well. And here we go. If you're familiar with this channel, I normally do top 10s, top 5s, but when something is super awesome, we just have to put it in one single video. By the way, if it's your first time to the channel, do consider subscribing. There's a lot of awesome content already on the channel and a lot more coming as well. There's a silhouette of something interesting in my background, but we'll explore that in a bit. Coordinates are always on the top left-hand corner of your screen, right above my face, so if you're wondering where to find stuff, well, there it is. Right at spawn, we have a pretty deep ravine going down on this side over here. It's a ravine in a ravine. There's two ravines at the same location. And just going back up again, it's I mean, check this out. It's a big ravine leading into that side over there, and then we've got caverns on, well, basically on all sides, but most importantly, if you go down to this bit of the ravine, this one goes deep enough for diamonds, so I have a good chance of finding diamonds over here. Alright, anyway, back at spawn, this is exactly where we spawn, and if we just turn around, I mean, first of all, great scenery. You've got all these hills going around, well, lots of good places to build. That mountain side over there is not bad at all, but the main highlight here, first and foremost, is that mansion right there. We have a Woodlands mansion right at spawn, and it's, well, for once, I'm actually glad that the village did not actually glitch into the Woodlands mansion, so you don't really have to deal with having weird houses inside the mansion. So what really makes this spawn unique is this little piece of Badlands here, like that one little strip. It's almost like a monument, I dare say. I mean, it's separated from the rest of the Badlands biome. It's such a nice centerpiece to this already awesome spawn location. Great village, great mansion, nice little piece of Badlands. And not just any Badlands, this is of course the Eroded Badlands biome, I think. Let me check. Yes, Eroded Badlands. That's basically the even more rare variant of the Badlands biome. And right behind it, you got a massive Badlands biome that is also encircled by mountains biome on one side, and you've also got even more mountains on the back side over there, and towards your right you have a swamp biome right by spawn as well. Alright, I know I said I was gonna do videos without shaders, but I think I gotta make an exception for this one. This just looks awesome. Screenshot. Now that we're done with spawn, I'm gonna show you guys all the awesome stuff that's on this seed. So before we actually move on, right behind this Woodlands mansion, we also have one ruined portal over on this side over here. And by the way, coordinates are always on the top left of your screen. Okay, there we go. Coordinates are now on the top left. So other than having this awesome Woodlands mansion over here, if we actually go underground, we actually have a massive network of mine shafts right underneath. Massive network of mine shafts over here, and you do have a spawner right under, well, your spawn location right here. Decent loot. It's a skeleton spawner, which is very useful for your early game, and not to mention a cat music disc. I think that's probably the most common one. And I'm gonna teleport to another location over here, and you also have another skeleton spawner over here, double chest as well, another cat music disc. I don't know why they're all cat music discs all the time. And still under the Woodlands mansion, if you teleport on this location, you also have a double cave spider spawner over here. Hang on, one is on this side. It's kind of hard to see, of course, and if you go on over to this side here, that's the second spawner, that's the first spawner. Coordinates on your screen. Okay guys, we're back at spawn, and there's actually diamonds very close to this. I mean, if you have a Badlands biome, normally there's lots of mine shafts, so we can find some cool loot here. And I gotta say, this Badlands biome doesn't feel barren at all, just because of all the surrounding scenery. I mean, mountains everywhere, rivers going through it. It just feels so lush. Massive, massive ravine over on this side. Lots of loot to be found here as well. Check out the mine shafts inside as well. You've got, well, this chest doesn't really have anything special, but if we just keep going towards that side over here, just around 200 more blocks, you'll find your first diamonds, and it's right out there in the open, so I mean, that's always kind of useful. Yeah, on this chest over here, you should find yourself a few diamonds as well. There we go, 2 diamonds, not far from spawn, out in the open, very useful. And very close to that previous location, you just gotta go through the caves a little bit. On this chest here, 1 more diamond, so that should set you off for your first diamond pickaxe, which, well, it makes things a lot easier. And if we look at this view from over here, there's just lots of cave spider spawners, but I mean, then again, you don't really need that many, so the ones near the mansion should be enough, to be honest. Back in the mine shafts, and on these coordinates, if you open up this chest right here, you've got a flame enchant, which is kind of useful. It's great for early game, especially when you're trying to grab food. If you kill a mob, like if you kill a pig, you get pork chops straight away. If you kill a cow, you get steak straight away. So that's kind of nice, super convenient. Alright, enough of the underground stuff. I'm getting a bit claustrophobic. It's time to go overground and start enjoying the great outdoors a little bit. So over on these coordinates over here, whoops, right, we have a pretty decent coastal village. It's seaside, and if I just travel a little bit further back, it's actually going all the way into some icebergs, which always makes for a pretty decent loot, except for the fact that this, well, that farmland's pretty much frozen, so I don't know how they're gonna grow their crops there. This village is around 1,000 blocks away from spawn, quite reachable, a decent addition to the seed. Right, so on these coordinates right here, I mean, this is around 2k-ish blocks away from spawn, but it's quite interesting. If you look at this cave opening over here, well, it's just auspiciously normal. It's just a cave opening, but once you actually go inside and explore a little bit, there you have it. It's actually an entrance to a stronghold, and you actually end up right in the library room, so that's kind of nice. Normally when I find these exposed strongholds, it's normally underwater. It's kind of nice that I actually found one led in from a cave opening. It's kind of cool. Alright, next, on these coordinates over here, we have a pretty interesting village. It's a plains village that is mostly in a desert biome. Even the well is inside the desert bit, and as you look to the left, there's actually a ravine over on this side as well. It's a pretty thin ravine. You know, I always wish that ravines in Java Edition would actually, you know, go as deep as diamond level more often. In Bedrock, it almost always happens, but in Java Edition, it's just a lot more rare that those things happen. And even the village well is right in the middle of the desert bits of the biome, and bro notification squad. So if you haven't already clicked that bell, do consider doing so. Much appreciated, of course. And next to this ravine, we actually have this cavern right over here. And as you go in, you actually discover another ravine inside this area here. Again, unfortunately not deep enough for diamonds. Alright, just a few more things to show you on this seed. I mean, so far so good. Over here, we've got a nice combination. You've got this sideways, almost fully intact shipwreck right over here. That's a weird way to capsize your boat. You also got a desert pyramid right over on this side. Let's check out the loot real quick. Maybe we'll find something good. Bones, bones, quick charge. Yeah, that's trash. And anyway, behind this desert pyramid, we also have a pretty decent desert village. It's always good when the village is multi-layered, when it goes up top on the hills like that. I don't really like villages that are just flat on the ground. It's a little bit boring for me, so when I find villages like this, I get all giddy inside. Still sticking to the previous theme of having something next to something next to something, on these coordinates we do have a ravine. Again, it does not go down to diamond level, unfortunately. Right next to Pillager's Outpost, right next to Desert Pyramid. Now, hopefully this time we'll get a little bit more lucky with loot. Let's just have a look real quick, and there we go, finally! This is a great seed for lazy folks, like me of course. So 6 diamonds so far on this seed, emeralds on that side, and Smite 1, not really that useful, but well, that was far better than the previous Desert Pyramid. I always enjoy that. So let's turn on my favorite shaders, CSPTGI E12. It looks amazing. Wait a minute, I'm not supposed to drop down there, but I mean, yeah, just check out that lighting. I mean, you know, like how when you're inside a building and you look outside, I mean, if your eyes were used to something dark, like this for example, and then you see something really bright outside, that ray tracing effect, it's fantastic. And then you go out and then your eyes adjust everything and it starts looking normal. and then you look back inside, you can't see anything. So yeah, CSPTGI shaders, they're just amazing. If you don't have them already, do consider grabbing them. By the way, I don't know what I did to my Minecraft settings recently. I just followed some guy's tutorial. Maybe I'll post a similar version. I'm getting amazing performance now. I mean, these shaders are super heavy, and I'm getting 60 FPS, well, almost, with a render distance of 15. For me, that's impressive. It's just it's nice. It's nice. But again, shaders aren't for everyone, but let's just mix things up a bit. Right, so the reason I turned the shaders on is because this next village probably looks better with shaders on. If it actually... Okay, it loaded up, So this one is a plains village that is partially in a mountains biome, and it looks excellent. Coordinates on your screen, of course. This one is not too far from spawn. It's not too far at all. This bit here for me is great. It's just like, it has like these little shelves where you have these little pockets of structures. You got that little flower pot down there, and then more houses up top, and then finally what I like to call the mayor's house way up at the top with his little piece of farmland. You know, when you're that rich, normally if you have a farm, well, it's just for pleasure. You don't really actually use it for farming, but I mean, this is such a great village. I might want to take a screenshot of this, but since this is a single seed video, I think I don't really need that many screenshots. It's all about the spawn. So, I mean, let's just recap so far. 6 diamonds, 2 emeralds, lots of nice villages. Spawn was amazing, but there's one last thing to show you guys. Let's get to it now. Oh, of course, don't forget the stronghold through the cave. That was a pretty cool feature as well. Right, last but not least, we're in this meeting room with all these illagers who would probably try and kill me if I'm not in, well, creative mode, but yeah. Over here we also have our second Woodlands mansion, and it's not too far from spawn, and it's not really that often that you get 2 mansions within, well, this distance. I know this is a bit far. I mean, wait, that's X3000 and Z4000, so I'd say around 7,000 blocks away from spawn, but just the fact that you've got 2 mansions within, well, very reachable distance, that just adds to the awesomeness of this seed. And before we close it off, let's have a look at the overall map of the seed, just so you know what things are where and whether or not this is a good seed for you. Okay, this is the overall seed map, and that's where you spawn. That is the Pillager's outpost. If we zoom in, that was that little bit of Eroded Badlands that was basically in the middle of nowhere. Very nice addition, always looks cool to have that. And that was the coastal village on this side. Ocean monument available not too far from spawn. We do have the very rare giant tree taiga biome right beside the Badlands biome over there. Got some taiga mountains, giant spruce taiga as well. The only thing missing here is a jungle biome. I wonder how far we have to go to actually find one. We've got ice spikes as well, but that's around 4,000 blocks away from spawn. We got shattered savanna as well. Again, that's a little bit far, about 4k blocks. I'm zooming out like crazy here. This is like super zoomed out. I haven't seen a jungle biome yet. Oh, okay. We got a jungle biome. Right here. Not bad, not bad. This village might actually not be too bad, so I might... Okay, I think this is the last thing we're gonna have a look at, but this is crazy far from spawn. Wow, okay, that was totally worth going to check that out. This plains village goes all the way in the jungle on this side, all the way into the bamboo jungle on this side. That is super unique. You've got bamboo all over the houses over here. You even have some of the bamboo breaking through this, the roof of that house. Very nice addition to the seed. I'm very happy with this seed so far. I hope you guys liked it as well. Let's just go back to spawn real quick to close off the video. Okay, back at spawn, and let's just go close this video off. And yeah, I would totally recommend building something, well, on this side of that Eroded Badlands. I mean, you could totally build a multi-layer house inside of it and just try and make it blend with the scenery. I think that would make for a pretty cool base, or at least a storage room. Well, there's just so many things that you can actually do with this spawn location. It's just such a good one. Even the sheep matches with the color of the Badlands. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this seed highlight. If you guys got awesome seeds to share, post it down in the comment section below. This is a Java Edition seed, of course. If you're looking for Bedrock Edition seeds, well, they are available on my channel as well. Do check out the pinned comment section or the video description for a playlist to either of them. The name's Masbro, thanks for watching my videos, signing out, and I'll see you guys next time.